left everything behind. My ID, my clothes, even my family, my children.
This place is called St. Annplace, and this is where you would find God in the streets.
Get food and get a shower and get clean clothes. Because without this place, we wouldn't know what to do.
Back in 2001, I can remember walking up to this church, being raised as a Catholic, schooled in Catholic schools for 12 years, having no expectations other than to be reconnected with my faith. And I can remember my first time stepping inside and coming inside and being marveled at how beautiful the church is. And it was very warm and welcoming. And I picked up the bulletin. And it was in my head that someone had told me the best way to get reconnected with the church is to get involved. And I opened up this bulletin, and inside the bulletin, there was an advertisement for two sisters, two newly assigned sisters to St. Anne Church that were in need of someone to deliver groceries on weekends to people in need.
But we had a little office, just the two of us. It would be like having an office in a garage, that size building. And the homeless started coming to us. It didn't take them long to find us.
We have a food pantry, which is where St. Annplace originated from. And if you notice on the sign, it says Community Services Office. That was back when we were trying to identify where we were going and where Jesus was taking us to. We have had a volunteer in the community service office, Mary Calero, who has been running our food pantry now for 20 years.
But she did all the development, all the newsletters, all the publicity.
Just pass it to them.
You know, and I opened the door and handed them in the sandwich and put them in the shower. The first Christmas, we gave them a little decorated Christmas bag with a pair of socks in it and a couple of other toiletries. That was a big deal.
I was just shocked at the amount of homeless people down here, and I just try to make a difference. I'm just like a receptionist to the homeless. Well, they can get their mail here. We help them get ID. We have 2 lawyers that volunteer twice a week. We have a nurse twice a week. They get their showers, they get clothing, food. This is like their home. Well, they know you care. Even on a bad day, they know you care. And even when they're mean to you, you know they care. It's like a family. It's the only way I can put it. A family I never expected to have.
I'm a Catholic priest. I belong to the Society of African Missions called the SMA Fathers. It is action that is in place. And I could see the joy on the faces of some of these people when they leave and they just say, "Oh, Cyril, thank you so much." But the fact that I come here to volunteer gives me a lot of, push, and say, if this is all I can do, as my own contribution to humanity, so be it. So be it. And I feel that it is something that we invite everyone to do because we are called to give love.
Addiction doesn't see race. The streets doesn't see race. Mental health doesn't see color. It finds you whether you're a man, woman, black, blue, white, brown, or orange. And once I realized how to get not through to my people, to people, period. And now you're like, well, how can I convince these young men or these young women, hey, listen, addiction is not for you. Homelessness is not for you. Don't get comfortable being homeless because of your addiction. Catching charges is what changed me. Some people are comfortable being in and out of jail, catching charges, and that's what I had to change within myself so I can help change the next person. And I thank God every morning, to be honest with you, because He gives me the strength to know how to deal with the homeless individuals here. Whether I'm in the field, doing outreach in the parks or in crack houses, or I'm here at St. Ann's trying to help the people get services. During my change, during me helping others, God brought me closer, not only to the people, but He brought me closer to Him.
So you asked about, is homelessness about money, or is it about something else? Because you go anywhere in the country, and whether they are wealthy or they're poor, they all have the same social issues. So my job here in this office is basically I work for the city of West Palm Beach, and the city and St. Annplace work together to provide services for our homeless population here within the city of West Palm Beach.
God opened these doors here at St. Ann. They've been open for many years. They help the homeless people to be able to get food and get a shower and get clean clothes. Because without this place, we wouldn't know what to do.
So this place is called St. Ann's Place, and this is where you would find God in the streets.
What gives that client the ability to show up for that appointment that day? It's their hope, and a lot of that hope they gain through faith. So without that faith in something bigger than themselves and their God, I don't know how many of our clients would be able to follow through on different plans that we have for them.
We learn to trust in God, that He'll take care of us while we out here sleeping out here dead all night. Cause we don't learn to trust in God, maybe we might don't wake up.
Well, I like Luke chapter 23. Really lets you know a lot of things about Him.
You can't do this job unless you are able to apply love and patience to each client, because they are going to test your patience every single day, and it's not their fault. So beyond community engagement, like handing things out, my real job is to engage different individuals that are in need of services. This area that I'm in right now is off the cut. You can't even notice this place from the street. I feel like I'm always in some sort of high risk, crisis situation. Yeah, I guess people thought this job was interesting. A friend of mine wanted to come out with me for a weekend and watch what we do for work. I can get you into treatment today. You don't have to worry about nothing. That turned into a TV show that a lot of people also enjoyed. And I think they enjoyed it because it wasn't kind of staged like things like Intervention. It was real life. When I have anxiety or I'm stressed out, that goes away when I remember that perfect faith in God keeps me calm, right? When I know that He has a plan. And if I truly believe that, I shouldn't really have that anxiety or fear any longer, if I truly believe that in my heart.
Yes, we suffered and chose life. It's forever promised to us now, and it will be fulfilled. But we never lost faith.
I was one of the ones who would cross the street rather than have to speak to them. I think I was afraid of them. Mm-hmm. I knew the same stereotypes everybody else has. Since I've been in the ministry, they're human beings. They're just like one of us. They grew up, different than me, and they haven't had all the advantages that I might have had.
That's a good point.
They're friends, and you enjoy seeing them somewhere else. You go down the town and, hi, sister, and you're happy to see them because just like anybody else.
Keeping Christ in mind before me, in my head, in my heart. But also, we have to activate our own will. We can't just say, it's not like hocus pocus, where, we just talk about Jesus and we just read about Jesus. But no, you either believe Jesus is real or you don't. In my case, I believe He is real and I believe He's alive, and therefore, that's why I do this. I can see our clients as people made in the image of God that I am commanded to love, and I get to love. It's a privilege for us to do the work of Jesus. I was invited to come out to the park that night. It was an unbelievable experience to walk into their environment. I had never done that before. We got to the park and there she was. Kiyomi, Kiyomi. She must have saw me coming because she waved me over there, and I said, this is great. This is a divine appointment, obviously. So I walked over to her and we just started chatting. And one of the
One thing I've learned in my life is if you want to impact somebody, you have to truly listen to another person. You got to stop what you're thinking about and listen.
I wasn't homeless because of drug addiction. I was homeless because of my ambition, and my family members didn't like that. So once my grandmother died in '98, things got really hard for me. So at the age of 18, I was kicked out because I dared to dream big. I dared to think outside the box. I've been dealing with chronic homelessness since the age of 18. I came here to get away from all of the street violence because I was born and raised in Miami-Dade, Miami, Florida. So I left everything behind, my ID, my clothes, even my family, my children, just temporarily to, make something out of nothing, start from the beginning. As I gaze out here, because I live out here, I live in the First Pavilion in this park, which is Curry Park. And one of the things that I take from this is the opportunity to allow myself to pause, to self-reflect, to heal, to, talk to God, to help me, get past certain traumas and pains of my past, so therefore I can move forward in the dreams and my goals that I've held on to for 22 years.
We worked on some options for her for housing, and then I found out a couple days later she got housed, and so she's off the streets for at least 90 days, which gives us an opportunity to work on other things if they're available for her. And it also gives her a chance to get the health care that she needs.
When I look out, I see all of the opportunities out here that awaits me, and it just lets me know that me holding on to my dreams all this time had not been in vain. I kept the faith, and I kept hope inside of me. And I really truly believe that this is truly a new beginning, a new chapter in my life for me to be prosperous and successful. It's all in what I choose. I choose to make it, and I will achieve that.
Behavioral changes, they're temporary, they're great, but when the heart changes and the mind changes, behavior follows. And so if there's any lasting change that we could ever hope for our clients, it's a change of heart so they can see hope, the hope that Jesus brings, the hope that Christ brings, and the hope that they don't have to remain the way they are.
This is bigger than us, and we're blessed to have been used by God as God's instruments to begin this ministry. And the exciting thing is, we're retired now. We're gonna probably go soon. We won't be here forever. I know it's gonna continue.